Hi and welcome to another episode of Roettgen Braai Master. Today we're making braised horse. Yes, you've heard correctly. We're making braised horse, Rhineland style, with potato dumplings and red cabbage. Now this also marks the second installment of great foods from around Europe. So what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today. Now you need 1 kg of horse meat, and this is a pre-brined horse meat, so I saved some of that brine that it came with. Then you need some soup vegetables, an onion, some sugar, red wine, butter, salt and pepper, some tomato paste. You can use veal stock because you need some stock. You need some raisins, and this is traditionally served with here in the local area. You need some gingerbread seasoning, some flour, and obviously potato dumplings as well as red cabbage. Now, as usual, in the first step we're going to cut up the vegetables and put them all in a bowl. And you don't want to go too thin on them because you only need them to release the flavors. So just give them a rough chopping. Same with the carrots and whatnot. Obviously we're not going to eat them later on, so you don't have to be too careful with them. Now, as I said, the meat is pre-brined, so we don't really have to do a whole lot with it. But what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of flour onto the meat. It will help with the browning in the Dutch oven. So you just sprinkle it across, make sure that it has a nice coating on all sides. Maybe pat it on a little bit if need be. And that's all we pretty much do. And then we will start off with the meat in the Dutch oven. I'm using my gas barbecue today for the Dutch oven, so what we're going to do is the Dutch oven is nice and hot. We're going to add the butter and let that melt. And then we're going to put the meat in and give it a good browning from all sides. The butter has now melted and we're going to put the meat in. And you want to give it a good roasting from all sides. So take your time and do it thoroughly. Right, I'm going to finish this up now and I'm going to show you what to do next. As soon as we're happy with the coloring, we're going to take out the meat, put it to the side, and we're going to add in the vegetables. And give that a good stir. After the veggies started to brown, you're going to add the tomato paste to it and give that some heat as well. Give it a good stir and close the lid for a few more minutes until it all has mixed well together. About 2 minutes later, we're going to add the gingerbread spice as well as the sugar. Give it a good stir, and then it's already time to add the meat back. When adding the meat back, what I like to do is I like to create a little pocket right here, so with the vegetables on either side, maybe a few underneath it so it doesn't burn because of the heat source. And then we're just going to rest it right in the center, and we're going to add the remainder of the brine, the stock, and obviously last but not least, the red wine. Give it one final stir and adjustment to make sure that everything is nicely coated. And then we're going to close the lid on the Dutch oven and we're going to cook it for about 2 hours at low to medium heat, so about 150 to 180 degrees Celsius. The meat is in the Dutch oven for now about an hour and a half, and we have to take care of the potato dumplings. So what I've done already, I've put some water into these 2 pots and slightly salted it. And what you now need to do is you need to take the potato dumpling powder and pour it into 0.75 liters of cold water and whisk it. And then you let it sit in there for about 10 minutes, and then you form 12 little dumplings. After 10 minutes you take out about 90 grams and you form those little dumplings, and then you put them into the boiling water one after the other very gently, and you let them come back up to a boil, and then you let them rest in there for about 20 minutes. Exactly 2 hours later, let's have a look. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the meat, cover it with aluminum foil, and now we're going to strain the sauce into another pot. Let that thicken for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add the raisins. As you can tell, I put it back in the Dutch oven, and I'm leaving the lid off, and then I'm adding the raisins now, and then in a minute we're going to add the meat back, and then we're ready to eat. The sauce has come up to a boil, and we're now going to put the meat back inside, cover it, and let it sit there until we're ready to eat. The dumplings are almost done, and we're quickly going to take care of the red cabbage. So basically all you need to do is you need to heat up a little pan, and because it's ready to eat, after you warm it up, you just throw it in, you stir it, and it takes about 2 minutes, and then we're ready to eat. Now what you want to do is, with the dumplings, you want to use a ladle of some sort to take them out, because obviously you don't want to hurt yourself or the dumplings, but I think they came out rather nice. So we're going to put them into this form, and then we're going to take the meat in, and I'm going to show you the final plate after I've shown you all the ingredients. And there you have it, guys, our braised horse Rhineland style with red cabbage and potato dumplings. The raisins are really doing their thing. It smells absolutely delicious. So we're gonna plate up now, and then I will show you a picture of the final plate. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the braised horse Rhineland style in the Dutch oven with the dumplings and the red cabbage. Now, it was absolutely delicious. I have to admit though that it's not necessarily a dish that I would like to eat particularly often. You know, it's quite odd. It's hard to get. I mean, horse is really hard to get these days. But if you do have a chance, you know, you can give it a try. But you can also cook this one with just a piece of beef. So, you know, but the recipe itself, or the method is pretty much the same. Now, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. And please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come. And I hope to see you soon again at Roettgen Braai Master.